basement apartment I rented with you. Remembering the holiday party we had with the crew. Romeo was roaming the garden. Saturday was spent in a parking lot. Gave it all we got. It was so with you. Following the leader down 8th Street to get what we can. Crawl up the walls, make a few calls to the man. Promising the
In 2022, I set a target as an exercise. What would I do if I wanted to display this tree in 3 years' time? Now the time has come to evaluate how successful I've been. I'll start by cleaning off all of last year's needles from the tree and the stumps left over from decantling this past June. The tree looks full now, but after this work I don't think it's going to look adequately dense. This is the first branch I grafted back in 2016. I have done an approach graft 2 years ago to fill in an empty position. Since this branch was grafted, I had to let it grow long and thicken in proportion to what the lowest branch of an old tree should look like. That created some long internodes without foliage. Since I had a twig from the branch next to it in a place that should be eliminated by the rule of 2 per node, I decided instead to approach graft it. Exactly 2 years later, let's open up the graft to see the progress. The graft seems to have fused seamlessly. It looks perfect and it won't be noticeable in a year or 2. I could remove the donor part now, but since the branches are fixed and this does not affect the aesthetics of the tree whatsoever, I'm going to leave it in place until next June or maybe next autumn. This is the graft union from 2016. Now that the branch has started to make mature bark, the union will disappear very soon. And this is the branch from the front of the tree. The space that needed to be filled is clearly evident. I have enjoyed this cone for the last 2 years that it is growing. Now that it is opening up, it's time to remove it and collect the seeds. I will try to germinate them, but I don't expect much. Now I am at the last needles at the top. All of the last year's needles need to be removed as I did not decandle the tree in 2022 and 2023, just so that I gain a bit of proportional thickness and age in my branches. But the spring needles are always longer than the summer needles after decandling, so last year's needles are out of proportion with this year's, so they need to go. I will be adding some wire to these buds that were too young to wire 2 years ago, but they are ready now. To me, the tree looks kinda sparse for an exhibition, so it is not ready yet. I have decided to extend the exercise for one more year, meaning I won't repot the tree in spring, so that I can squeeze the root system for a fourth season, decandle the tree one more time to get some more density and ramification, and I will assess the condition 1 year from now. People ask me often why don't I wound the scion on the approach graft, and the answer is that it is simply unnecessary and possibly risky. The graft will fuse, this is inevitable. No wound at the bark is necessary on the scion. And sadly, I was looking forward to this repotting as there is a lot of root system under the moss waiting for the tree to sit a little bit higher in the pot and get exposed. This extra nebari visible will change the looks of the tree radically. See what I did there?